no matter what it is, who it is, will always give it your best. So no, integrity is important, especially when it comes to the music. You gotta hold them hard drives down. You know what I'm saying? Like
No leaks.
No leaks.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Qualified Conversations, where we have in-depth conversations with those who are, in fact, qualified. Now, before we get started, please make sure that everybody out there watching, make sure that you tap into our YouTube channel, make sure you hit that follow button so you see all of the content that we post, as well as our social media. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and make sure you stay tapped in. Now, today, I'm super duper excited because first and foremost, listen, we reached the end of the year, y'all. We made it. We made it. And so I had to make sure that I ended the year off with a bang. So the individual that I have here this evening is someone hailing from the Midwest, Cleveland, Ohio's finest, I'm going to say, right? And again, the music has got to be in the building. It has to be present, right? So this is somebody who is a music producer, a music engineer. I never had a chance to say this, y'all, so I'm super excited. Grammy Nominated music producer and engineer. Without further ado, I have for you Terence Brandt.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? Yes, sir.
Look,
we gotta,
you know what I'm saying? You definitely gotta get that in there.
Yes, sir. First and foremost,
yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, bro. Thank you,
Welcome.
man. I appreciate y'all having me out. Had to fight that traffic, man. I tell you, that GPS took me everywhere, man. I seen Midtown, downtown, the South Side. I rode through Alpharetta. Boy, I popped up, though. I hit all of it.
I know they got boroughs, but it's like it.
Yeah,
it's that far
like
and that much traffic. But I'm happy you made it.
Yeah, man, I'm happy.
You know what I'm saying? And we happy to have you. So listen, man. Normally, I would typically start from the very beginning, but like I mentioned, it's the end of the year, and I want to kind of start backwards. I want to start from kind of present day, right?
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's holiday season.
Yes,
it's the end of the year.
I
want to ask rather, how do you feel about 2024?
2024, wow.
It's loaded, right? That's a loaded question.
It's loaded. I think 2024... I feel like a lot of people were really shaking off what was happening in 2020 and really getting back into their creative bags, for real. Like they had to get through 21, 22, planning in 23, and then 24 hit, and this is like everybody rolling, bro.
I'm ready now. Yeah.
Everybody ready, they rolling. You know what I'm saying? But like ultimately, bro, I feel good about 24. Like you said, the nomination came. Man, a lot of great opportunities throughout the year. Met a lot of great people and all that. So, yeah, man, it was definitely good.
Listen, I also would like to say that at least 2024 for me, just in short, was an interesting year because I feel personally and then collectively with a lot of people that I also know, not even just in the creative space, but just in life, that like I said, not only was it a testing year, but it was a triumphant year based on the things that I was able to overcome and the things that some of the other people that I know have also been able to fight through and overcome, right? So I think it was one of those years, to your point, where really full blown people were back outside, hit the ground running, hit the pavement, everybody's ready to get to it, and everybody starts every year all excited.
All
new
the time.
year, new me.
You know
what I'm saying? I ain't going for the whatever, the okie doke no more and all of that, right? Everybody starts that way, and then you get into the thick of the year, and then, things start to happen. So I feel like it was a year of exposure. I'll tell you that. Katt Williams set it off.
Definitely. Oh my.
Katt Williams set it off.
Oh my goodness.
In single digit January, he set it off.
He set it off, and it set the tone for the whole year. The whole year.
He set the tone for the entire year.
Yeah.
It felt like it when he did it. I believed it when when he said it. But man, a whole lot happened, right?
Definitely.
So now, of course we be here for a whole nother year trying to recap the entire year, right?
Exactly.
But I wanted to start that way just to kind of check the temperament of how you feel about your year, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, this is a platform to or for those who are in fact qualified, right? And someone like yourself, I do deem to be qualified. And if you feel that this year was one of those years for you, for one, I'm happy for you, and for two, I want to hear about it and get into it a little bit, right?
Yeah, man, definitely.
So let's go here. Music producer.
Exactly.
I would say that I'm a musician first because I play the drums, so I'm a percussionist. That's just kind of like the natural progression of being a producer, right? So, and I would say probably a producer second, right? So I do speak that language. You yourself, how do you grow to understand that this is kind of what you're really into? Like, where does that come from? Is your family a musical family? Do you come from a musical family?
Yeah, I say I do come from a musical family. So my pops was a drummer. You know, yeah. I seen you on the drums when you was at Tree Side.
Right, yeah, okay, I know if you.
He got up there and got to get on.
Hey, I just want to make sure, y'all.
You know,
because I can't be telling y'all about people being qualified and I ain't qualified.
There it is.
That just don't make
sense.
sense.
He got up there and let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? All the way qualified, man. But but yeah, man, Pop's a drummer or whatnot. So they got us started in music young. Me and my brother Trevor, which is just a year older than me. He's just a year older than me. So he started playing. I think he started with the clarinet.
Okay.
Or whatnot. He's the older brother, so they got him into it first. Before I reached that age, they put me on piano or whatnot. And my brother was cold at it too. Yeah. He was cold at it. The thing about it, we didn't really want to play instruments because we too cool for school. You know what I'm saying?
And the woodwind instrument isn't necessary unless it's the sax.
Unless it's the sax.
You know what I'm saying? That's like the only cool, acceptable woodwind instrument for men, at least.
You know,
or
really,
males, boys, whatever.
Really,
right?
You don't see too many playing a flute, but I know some crazy flutes. Yeah. Amazing. But so yeah, he started off playing that, and then eventually he got into the saxophone. He was cold at that. Like I was saying, we didn't want to do it too much, so we kind of got away from it as we got older. But we always was just music people. You know, my pops, all kind of records. He still got a big record collection. I'm always pulling out some Miles Davis, always pulling out all kind of records they had. Earth, Wind and Fire, you know, bringing them back to Atlanta and all that stuff. So we were always around music. And as I got older, there were some friends in the neighborhood that were using Reason to make beats and all that stuff.
And I love, not even to cut you off, right? But Reason was one of those programs that I feel like it was like one of the best introductory programs for like a producer starting out, right?
Definitely so.
Like it didn't have super duper advanced sounds, but it had dope enough options for you to play with to get comfortable and kind of learn your way around the boards and so on.
Man. So my boy Lil T, he had Reasons, and man, we was making beats on there, and like you said, it was easy to work and all that. So that was the age of 17. And from there, I just fell in love with it, bro. I fell in love. And of course, when you leave in high school, you want to think about what you're doing after that. You know, am I going to college? What I'm going to college for? You know, am I just going to go work and all that? So that kind of gave me some direction in life. You know what I'm saying? It kind of put me on the path, like, okay, I want to do this music thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then I just started my journey from there, bro. And went to school from there, went into Cuyahoga Community College in Cleveland, Ohio. So
I know. Okay, so let's stop right there.
Yeah.
Because back to Cleveland, right? Or I should say starting in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland, Ohio. One of the first things I think about is cold.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? The winter is brutal.
Yeah,
we're here in Atlanta now. It's a little cold, but like it ain't nothing I already know.
Not like that. I know y'all experience it too up there in Jersey.
Yeah, for sure. In Jersey, it's definitely cold winters and blizzards and nor'easters and all of that. But Midwest winters are different.
Oh no, definitely so.
Midwest winters are different.
You know, it's something about them Great Lakes, bro. They just like to smack everything by them, bro. Yeah,
man, I don't want no parts.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I went home for Thanksgiving, bro, just for a few days, just a couple weeks ago, and like I'm through.
Yeah,
I'm back to the South. You know, like, I'm through. You know that quick.
I can't, bro. Yeah, I can't. Like I don't even understand. I wouldn't sign up to just be cold, bro.
No, not at all.
Signing up to like, yo. Now we'll save the rest of that for another day. But going back to Cleveland, Cleveland is also known for music. Like a lot of
very much so.
dope artists have come
Very much so.
out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Very much so.
So the energy as you kind of found like your passion a little bit, right? You're in community college. What's the town like, right? Like, would you consider or agree that Cleveland is a musical town? Like,
yeah, no, I definitely would. Definitely, Cleveland is a musical town. Like, we Jazz Fest is there. Yeah, great music programs throughout the city.
And for people who may not know, right? Could you talk about like some of Cleveland's biggest artists, or like some people to come out of Cleveland? So just so people understand what we're talking about, we're not just talking fluff.
Exactly. Well, everybody know Kid Cudi. Everybody know Machine Gun Kelly, 9 Inch Nails. A lot of great musicians came out of Cleveland. Not to mention that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland. Yeah. First of all, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like the whole hall where they decide all the greats go is housed in Cleveland.
Right there.
Are the Ohio players from Cleveland?
Are they from
maybe
Cleveland?
not Cleveland.
I don't think they're
obviously
Cleveland.
Ohio, but maybe not Cleveland.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're from Cleveland. No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure about that, but yeah, like Cleveland just being one of those towns, right, where it's a musical town.
Very much so.
But I guess what is the energy like? Because in some of these colder climate cities, it's a lot grittier, right? Is that would you subscribe to like the sound being a reflection of the environment, or do you think that correlates at all? Like, how would you speak to that point?
No, I definitely think it do. Because think about Chicago, with drill music and how the weather is up there, so it could be some correlation there for sure and all that. But yeah, I believe so. But part of it is like you'll find some creatives that just be on a whole nother wave. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, Kid Cudi.
Yeah, Kid Cudi.
Somebody who's like may not be everybody's cup of tea for sure, right? But like for the people who either appreciate him and are fans of him, they obviously get it.
Exactly.
For those who may not necessarily be fans, like I'll say myself, right? I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Kid Cudi, but he's super creative and there are things of his that I like.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Because he's creative, I can appreciate his artistry.
Exactly.
Because he's true to it, right?
Yeah, no,
so everybody's style don't got to be my jam. You feel me?
That's true.
But I can appreciate somebody. I know we going off, but Tyler the Creator is somebody who early on I fought just because of the aesthetics.
Exactly.
I'm
I was the same way.
What I'm
right. How we gonna rock with this?
What I'm gonna do with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? But then, I kind of start to hear something. I'm like, okay, that's dope. Oh, that's dope. Oh, that's dope. And then you see him perform, and then he's creative.
Very much so creative.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely one of the greater artists of our generation.
Absolutely.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like,
and
we don't
wouldn't really get to that point unless you gave yourself a chance to appreciate the creativity.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. To sit down and listen to it. Because I was the same way. Where I'm like, I'm not listening to this guy and all that. But then Cherry Bomb came out and Flower Boy came out. I'm like, bro, he's crazy. He's crazy. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, community college, Cleveland. What's the vibes? What's going on?
Man, bro, at that time, shoot, bro, definitely the hustle, definitely getting to it, man. I started the program Recording Arts and Technology up there at the community college and all that.
You said, say that again?
So Recording Arts and Technology.
Okay.
That's the program that I was doing at the community college. So it's pretty much like entry-level engineering or whatnot. Yeah, shoot, just really getting into like the very basics of just audio.
Yeah.
Anything,
so it was like, you said it was a community college, and I guess the program was, I'm with you.
Yeah, so they just kind of show you what a mic is, how to put into a preamp, how to work a compressor, EQ, and all that.
Literally,
just very
A to Z.
Yeah, just the small stuff. And at that time, I was in a rap group, man. We had
snap!
You know what I'm saying?
Snap! Hold up. First of all, what was your rap name?
Man, at that time. I'm trying to think. I was going.
Now you trying to think.
Yeah.
Now you trying to think.
I had several, man. I was always trying to figure out like the name thing, man. But I had several of them, and at that time it was Cool T. I went by Cool T.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, no, it's fire.
We could.
You know the thing? I got the name from the old heads. I was working at Home Depot or whatnot. My guy Courtney Ledyard, man, he just named me Cool T. You
That's
know,
fire.
so like, bro, you cool too, and I
That's
just ran
fire.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
fine.
yeah,
All right,
yeah,
yeah, we could do that.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we could do
exactly.
that. We can go with Cool
You
T.
know,
Okay,
so
and what was
yeah.
the name of the rap group at the time?
The Tribe, you know, on some Indian shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
So,
all
the
right, so
Tribe.
hold on. Let me
Yeah.
back up and
Yeah.
relax a little bit and put more respect on your name
know?
because everything you said was fire.
You know?
Like
Yeah.
down to the nickname, the group name,
I'm
like
telling you,
all of
bro.
that is
I'm telling
fly. Is you and
Yeah.
it's y'all
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying.
sir, yes,
But
man.
again, back to that artistry, that creativity, that uniqueness
Yeah.
about being an artist.
Exactly.
When you're truly an artist, I think your uniqueness is your creativity.
Very much
That's
so.
your creative. That's your creative muscle, right? That's
Very much
your
so.
that's your creative. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's your greatest juice. That's your bag. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Or whatnot. And you know, at that time we were like heavy into Lupe. Kendrick was coming out at that time with Overly Dedicated, Absol. We was heavy into
Crazy.
Absol. You know
That's
what I'm
higher
saying?
power,
Exactly.
all that.
All
That's
that.
that.
All
that
that. It's
that's
at that
that
time.
high
You
power.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like rap was big at that moment or whatnot. You know, and like rap groups were big at that moment.
Yeah, still.
Feature still big.
Because
you
that
know
was
what I'm
probably
saying?
the last era.
I feel like it was
the last
too.
era. Yeah.
I feel like it was too, man, because it was ASAP Mob, Future, and then we had Black Hippie and all that. So like, bro,
Crazy.
what you know what I'm
Crazy
saying? We was all on it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, definitely, man, wasn't no time like that.
Yeah. Now that was definitely a
know,
special time
yeah.
musically, especially creatively. Like, damn, you just really brought me back when you said ASAP Mob, right? Because
Yeah.
I forgot, right? But like the Mob, again, not everybody's cup of tea,
That's true.
right?
That's true.
But
Yeah.
like for their creativity, I mean, look, we look at ASAP today, and you look at Ferb and a lot of other people in the Mob, but like ASAP in particular,
Yeah.
you look at somebody like him, how he's navigated through the fashion world,
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
he's
probably
navigated in the creative spaces that
Yeah.
he's navigated in, even down to his alcohol, Mercer, and how the bottle is like just him being an actual artist,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And that
he's so-
creative genius or whatever we want to call it. Like we
Yeah.
respect those ones. Like he's one of those
Exactly.
ones.
No,
Tyler's one of
definitely.
those ones.
Definitely
Sid
much
is
so.
one of those
Yeah,
ones.
definitely
Like
much so,
all of these
you
people.
know?
Kendrick
Yeah,
obviously is one of
yeah,
those ones.
Yeah,
So
no, 100%.
yeah, man, that was a very interesting time because from a creative perspective, I think not only was it the last, I think, time for like groups, but it was the last time for that level of creativity.
I think so too.
Look at everybody we
so,
just
too.
named.
Yeah.
Tyler,
Yeah.
ASAP, Mob, and ASAP Rocky, Kendrick, TDE,
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
situation,
Yeah.
Odd Future.
Yeah.
Like everybody
what I'm
came
saying?
from that camp and did their own thing and went
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yo, a lot was brought to the game from just that. What we talking, 2010, 11?
29, 2010, 2011, like that.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. Yeah,
somewhere in that pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as you're learning the basics of, you know, what A is to Z, I assume that you're getting more and more excited about it. You want to
Yeah,
do it more. You want to just
definitely.
practice and work on your craft
Definitely,
more.
definitely.
What are you gravitating towards most? Are you gravitating towards the technicality side from an engineering standpoint, or are you gravitating towards the production side from a beat making perspective?
You know, it was kind of both, but definitely the production side, you
Okay.
know, because just getting deep into the beats, you're just getting deep into your creativity. You know, you finding new sounds, you finding that all these crazy ideas you could put on wax. You know, here come your homeboys rapping over top of it and all that, and it made sense. You know, so you had no choice but get deeper into it. You know, but also at this point is when I found out how important it is to invest in your creativity. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, okay, cool, I got to save up this money to buy a Mac laptop. You know what I'm saying? That boy was expensive at that time. You know what I'm saying? But I needed it. I'm working 2 jobs, bruh. I'm at Home Depot, no, crazy schedule. So let's start in the morning. At 6 a.m.
Okay.
Polo Factory. You know what I'm saying? On the sales floor, you know, so can I help you? You know, look at this shirt, you know, look at this belt, you know. Boom, get off of that. Got to go down to Tri-C to go to school. Cool, go to school, learn, teach, whatever, got to do my thing. And then after that, in the nighttime, I'm at Home Depot, you know, doing the freight, shipping and stocking the shelves and all that stuff. So just the hustle and the grind, just so I could get this laptop so I could continue to invest in my creativity.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
sir.
just a hustle like that, you know?
That was also back in the Team No Sleep days.
No sleep days, bro. I didn't care, bro.
Like
what?
Team No Sleep,
Yeah.
a hashtag No Days Off.
Yeah,
Like
all
that
that.
was like those themes
All that.
were very like prevalent at
Yeah.
that time. I remember because I was doing the same
Yeah,
thing. Like, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like, I was definitely on that same type of grind. So, yeah, man,
Yeah.
I understand. So, all right, you finally save up,
Yep.
and we
I
get the
said
laptop.
we definitely got the laptop.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So then from there, bro, when you get that laptop fresh, all I want to do is make beats. All I want to do is make beats,
That's
bro.
it.
You
That's
know,
it.
all night.
Yes,
You
sir.
get off work. Oh yeah, I gotta work in the morning, but shit, I'm
It
about
don't
to
matter.
produce for the next
Yes, sir.
4 or 5
However
hours. You
long.
know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
You know, so no, it's definitely like that. And the more I was learning the technical side, it was helping with the creative side. Cause it's like, okay, cool. This is a reverb. This is a delay. You know, this is the proper way to use a compressor and all that. Let me EQ and filter my vocals to get this type of sound. Because I was heavily influenced by Ali, which is like Kendrick and Lamar engineer
Yeah.
at that time, and like the sounds and the colors that he was making. You know, I was trying to recreate that with me and my group.
Yeah.
You know, because I was the engineer at that
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where my
That makes a
engineer.
lot of sense because you had to.
Yeah,
It's
you
your
had
job to.
Exactly.
So I wanna talk about that a little bit
Yeah.
because what you're describing is as you're going through your creative journey as an artist, as a producer, as an engineer, you're learning on the go, right? So like you're figuring out you have this position like in the group.
Yeah.
And you're figuring out, I want to know what made you, or I guess is that it? Just because you had that position, is that what made you want to start checking credits and start seeing who's doing what in these different groups or who's doing what within the industry, right?
Yeah.
Because you'll start to learn who my favorite this one and
Yeah.
that one is, right? So you
Yes.
mentioned Ali.
Uh-huh.
Who else are you looking at this
Yeah.
time as people like, oh, I like how
Yeah.
things sound when he does what he does?
Exactly. Man, Kanye West.
Of course.
Dark Twisted Fantasy. The best hip hop album. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not the best, it's top 5 for sure.
I just had this conversation. Yo, shout out to the homie. And another
Yeah.
thing, like I don't be saying people's names. So
Yeah.
and it's not. Come on. But shouts to the homie, Mr. Giovanni.
Yeah.
It's everything Rico forever. Y'all already know the vibes. But
100%.
I was talking to the homie not too long ago
Yeah.
about this because Ye
Yeah.
is his favorite artist of
Fire.
all time,
Fire.
and Ye is my favorite producer. So
Yes.
anybody who knows me
Yes.
already knows what it is, right? So like
Exactly.
that album.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
bro. What you talk? What sonically? Like that album is like unmatched. If you ask
How?
me, like who knows? And that also on top of that, the rollout of it. You know what I'm saying? The short film with the ballerinas and all that.
Runaway and
Yeah,
all
with
of that.
Runaway and all that, and then how he came back in. I think how it was set up kind of helps it be this great of an album. The fact that he went hiatus for a little bit after the Taylor Swift stuff, and then comes back
Right.
with Runaway. You know, like vulnerable. Like how vulnerable is that to say that?
Chill,
You know what
because
I'm
you
saying?
know what's gonna happen is we gonna super fan out.
Yeah, 100%.
We're gonna super fan out because I already.
100%, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was that impactful of. Listen,
Exactly.
bro. Again, anybody who was around me at that time, they know like what we like that album at that time.
Yeah.
Like we sat around and dissected the cover and the all of the different intricacies of everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it was just that.
Yeah.
Somebody so creative as a Kanye, or Ye, respectfully now,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Like someone like that who's light years above everybody else, to an Ali and I guess everybody in between. As you're paying attention just to the technical side of what makes great people be great, you're developing your own style.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So as you develop your own style, did you or have you considered what your actual specialty is in terms of your thing?
Yeah, my thing, my niche. Like, for me at that time, it was the drums, man. It was the drums. I felt like, I don't know, something about Pops being a drummer, something about rhythm. You know what I'm saying? It's in our blood. You know, that rhythm.
Absolutely.
So I was always one for like just the percussions. How can we make this bounce? You know what I'm saying? How can we make it bounce? How can we make it feel good? And to this day, I still go by those principles. Like, does it feel good? Does it bounce? You know what I'm saying? Can people enjoy this? It's something when we were doing the shows at that time, and we go to perform, and they playing my beats on the loudspeakers, and you see people moving. That do something to you as a creative.
Yeah, amazing.
That does something to
Absolutely.
you. We're just like, damn, people really rock with this.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
And again, I even want to highlight that, right? Because I can reflect in my early production journey of just initially making it for my friends and just kind of getting the cosign from them, knowing they wouldn't lie to me,
Yeah.
to more people hearing it and then gaining that confidence to say, oh, okay,
Mhm.
maybe I really am dope. Maybe
Yeah.
I really do have something, right?
Exactly.
Talk about you as you gained your confidence, right? Because like you just said, when you saw people in the crowd responding to it, it did something to you. Like, talk about the journey of gaining confidence
Yeah.
with your craft as you perfected it along the way.
Yeah. No, it was. It definitely takes time. I feel like it definitely takes time and takes trial and error and all that. But through all of it, you just got to believe in yourself. Believe in, like, I may not be there, but I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And as you on that journey, it's just more and more confirmation as you come. Like, bro, you good at what you do. You know, I love this what you do. Even in sitting in class when the teacher stop by, like, bro, you really getting good at this. You know what I'm saying? It's those things that just adds to you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely, bro.
Okay. From community college, I guess you graduate.
Yeah, graduate.
And did you take that to another school, or what happens after community college after we leave there?
Yeah, so actually, after I graduated, I stayed at the community college because that community college offered a program that allows you to do half of the credits for Berklee College of Music, where I went to next. You know, you do.
I didn't know that. I would have threw that in the intro. What?
No,
What?
it's all good. It's
See,
all good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, it allows you to do half of the credits at the community college Tri-C, and then you could do the other half in Boston at Berkeley. So I graduated with an associate's in applied science with recording arts and technology in 2013. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm trying to go to Berkeley. My mother, she was telling me all the time, you got to go to Berkeley. You got to keep going with it. You got to keep doing it. I'm like, all right, for sure. So the jazz studies program was at Tri-C, so I started going through that the years, and then I got to 2017 is when I started making my way to Boston. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man.
yeah.
First of all, again,
Mm-hmm.
let me properly, or let us properly just speak about Berklee College of Music.
Legendary.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, for those who may not know,
Man.
creme de la creme, cream of the crop, top of the top, best of the best, numero uno. However we want to break this thing down, Berklee College of Music is that.
It's definitely
for
that,
music.
Bro. It's definitely that.
Period. This is not like a personal opinion. It's not like, no, that's what it is. This experience for you, for one, had to be just an amazing accomplishment to even be accepted.
Very much so, bro.
You understand? Like, how did that feel, first of all?
You know, like, because at the time I wasn't sure if I was even getting in.
Of
you know
course.
what I'm saying? Because I think
course.
everybody feels that. You go rehearse or you go audition for it. You have to audition and you have to do an interview for it. So, like, they're very particular about who they let in their school. So I'm like, a couple weeks go by, I'm like, man, all right, I guess I'm going to go to Oberlin or I'm going to go to Ohio State or something like that. And then you get that letter. Things change after that. You're like, what? We going up there? We about to do it? You know what I'm saying? So family excited, everybody excited, man. And then
congratulations.
Appreciate
again.
it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
For sure,
100%.
for real.
100%.
Because that's it.
Yeah.
That's where you go. That's where they are. That's where they go.
Yes, that's true.
You them.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
It is
So
definitely that.
amazing. So now I really want to know about this experience because,
bro,
please.
Man, what? All right, so coming from the Midwest, and I'm sure you can speak to this, coming from Jersey, from the Midwest to the East Coast, different experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Boston's nice. Boston's nice. Don't get me wrong, because I was taking the bus down to the community college and all that while I was in Cleveland. So I go take the bus in Boston. You know, you on that bus. You know, like I'm thinking I'm in Cleveland, but that ain't the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody kind of to themselves and all that stuff. So, you know, I kind of lax back a little bit. Like, okay, I'm not in that city no more. You know what I'm saying? I could, you know, chill and kind of experience this in a different light. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it was great, bro. Like, I can't tell you, like, it just too much. I learned too many
Like
people
so
I
many
met. You
talented
know,
people.
oh my goodness, bro. First of all, my roommate is RZA's son. And I didn't figure this out until like halfway through the semester. Like, bro was just cool. He was just smooth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, understanding, man. Love you much, brother. Haven't seen you for a minute. We got to talk. But super cool guy. That happens, and then he's sitting in class, and I know. Yeah, I know. But like, he's sitting in class, and you're the only American in that
That's
class.
crazy, y'all. Cause
You
I'm gonna
know?
let him keep talking,
Yeah.
but I
No,
at least gotta say some
no,
sound.
I'm just gonna let
That's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, RZA son, that was crazy. No, the craziest part is as I look back, and I was on such a move in those first few days I was in Boston when I met Understanding, and he like, here's my pops. I want you to introduce you to my pops, and I'm just like, what's up, man? Goofy, what? Dapped up the legend, and I was just so on the move that it didn't. That's crazy, right? I tell you, I still beat myself up for that to this day.
Like
The fact
what?
that you meet RZA and just like the most chillest of atmosphere. You wasn't, like at a show or,
Abbott?
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, come on, So
Respect.
yeah, 100%, bro.
Like
Legend,
to
bro.
the utmost, like,
Legend.
bro, I can't even like we don't have enough time, but
You know?
that is wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But again, not really.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what
Because
I'm
we're
saying?
talking
Oh my
about
goodness.
Berkeley College of Music.
Oh my goodness, it only gets
Wait,
better.
excuse
Bro.
me. Let me make sure I'm saying, is it Berkeley College and School of Music?
Nah, it's Berkeley College of Music.
Berkeley. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
saying
you had
it
it
right.
right.
Okay,
You
all
had
right.
it right.
So yeah, we're talking about Berkeley College
Yeah.
of Music. Like, you're going to see the cream of the crop.
You definitely are. You definitely are. You know what I'm saying? The level of musicianship in that school is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? They so young and they so humble. Like they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like wow, you are crazy as a musician. You know, and you have to play an instrument when you go up there. Like mine was keys. You know, I never felt like I was the best keyboard player. I was more so on the technical side because I went to go study electronic production and design.
Okay.
Up there, which is more so like sound design, like nerd stuff, man. Sound design.
Yeah, but talk about it,
know,
please,
yeah,
because
yeah.
again, like we're not here to skip over
Exactly.
the nerd stuff. We're here to highlight it.
That's
We're
real.
here to talk about it and explain it because I'm learning, they're learning, and this is an interesting conversation. So when we say the nerd stuff, of course, we're talking about the technical stuff.
Yeah.
But we're talking about turning knobs.
Exactly.
Right, we're
Pretty
talking about all of those intricacies that after the artist leaves, they go on about their day, they live for the rest of the night, and you
Exactly.
in there
And
for
you in
hours
there.
upon hours upon days
Very much so.
trying to just tweak little things that the
Yeah.
average ear gonna come in and say, it's fine.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
You're learning
You know?
these things
Yeah.
at the top of the top
At
school
the
of the
top
country.
of the top, man, and like the professors, what they went through and their careers and all that, bringing us all that knowledge and all that. So yes, we're learning a lot of that at that point. You know how to really craft sound. You know what I'm saying? Really learning how to develop just what you hear. You know, because when it comes out those two speakers, just making sure it's right and it's pleasing. You know. So like we was learning a lot of that, bro.
So this is a nerd question for me.
What's up?
When we speak about sound, balance,
Yeah.
and training your ear,
Yeah.
how, for lack of a better phrase, how anal are you about the equipment that you use, right?
Oh,
like
very much so.
You know, because all of those things matter.
Everything matters.
It's not
bro.
just people sometimes might think
Yeah.
you spend the extra money. Oh, it's just as good. Like no, it's not just as good.
No,
Like
no, not at all. I learned that quick, bro. I learned
Yeah.
that it's a difference between $100 speakers and $600 speakers.
absolutely.
It's a big difference, you know.
And like you'll see it though.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna see it
100%.
just in price.
Yeah,
Like you're
exactly.
gonna get your money's worth.
100%.
So again, when it comes to the trained ear and when it comes to balanced sound, I want to fast forward a little bit, but not really. Albums that you hear.
Yeah.
As an engineer, I know that you're super critical about sound in general.
Very much so.
And I'm sure when you hear certain music, certain songs or certain albums, you're like, he ain't, the EQ was low.
All the time,
Why didn't he bring the,
all the time,
right?
All the time.
I'm certainly not going to put you on the spot
No,
to
it's
talk
all good.
about some of those, but what I do want to put you on the spot to speak about is or are some of the albums
Mhm.
that you've heard over the years and this year in particular, because we
Mhm.
want to still keep it 2024,
Mhm.
that you was like, man, that sounded amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about some of the. Let's start in 2024. Let's keep it 2024.
2024. I'm trying to think what
Like,
came out this
if
year.
there has been, matter of
Yeah.
fact, let me keep it original so I
Yeah.
don't pigeonhole you
Yeah.
into
No, you good.
one
You good.
basket.
All
Yeah.
right, shoot. I already know that. I'm gonna stay in that basket. It sounded great. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get there. But I'm trying to think what came out this year. Of course, the Tyler album. You
Yes.
know, I think it was amazing sonically.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he always does that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He always does
Certain
that.
people, it's like,
Yeah.
duh.
Yeah, you know, and it's like I put in, you know, I spend so much money on just headphones. I got so many different pair of headphones from the
What's your
Apples
go-to?
to the Beats. Apple, the AirPod Max that go over top of the ear.
So you like those?
I love those speakers. I mean, I love
Okay.
those headphones. Yeah.
I've actually never,
Never heard?
I've never had or
You
tried
got to.
those,
You got to, bro.
but I've always been a Beats guy,
Yeah, Beats
you
is
know,
fire. You know, uh-huh.
because Dre is different, and I'll let
Yeah.
you finish because I have something to say about that too.
Mhm.
But I've never tried those. So, but they
Yeah.
official?
No, they 100%
Okay.
official, man. Like, not to get too deep with it, like the top end of it is just smooth. You know, you could feel a good bass response from it or whatnot, and it's just balance. Like,
Yeah.
just talking, getting back to
Balance.
balance. Whereas, like, okay, if you got something for me to hear, I'm throwing on those headphones.
Okay.
You know, and then
Cool.
I'm gonna put that little noise cancellation on. I'm just gonna sit there, you know,
Yeah.
just vibe out, you know, see what's happening. But
Okay. So we
yeah.
got the Tyler
Yeah,
joint.
The Tyler joint. I'm trying to go back a little bit. I'm trying to see what. If you can remind me, what else? What else got this year? Let's see.
This year
Yeah, I know this the joint that
sonically,
flew through. I ain't got my phone on
um,
me. My phone to tell me.
let me
Oh, Kenny
see.
Mason, bro.
You said who?
Kenny Mason. And
I'm not familiar.
so it's an Atlanta artist.
Okay.
Kenny Mason. I think Zone 3. I think he's from
Okay.
or whatnot. Bro's fire. You know what I'm saying? Very lyrical.
Shouts to Kenny Mason.
Yeah,
Okay.
very lyrical. I was looking at my Wrapped, you know, the Spotify Wrapped and all
Okay.
that stuff. Kenny Mason
And
do
you was
all of it.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'll
So
definitely check
like,
him out.
definitely Sonics because it's like rap, it's rock, it's great,
Yeah.
Like definitely a fire artist.
Okay.
Yeah, hmm
Doechii.
bro, what? Who knew that she had that in there?
Wow.
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 Wow, bruh, from top down, like
Yo,
what?
shout out to Doechii, yo. Shout out to Doechii.
Oh,
Wherever
my
you
goodness.
are,
Yeah,
listen.
big shout out to you.
Shout out to you. You are
Yes.
amazing. I am a fan.
Mhm,
I was saying
100%.
that I never been.
Yeah.
I don't even move like that. But so I'm not in no hive.
Yeah,
Right? I'm not a hive
yeah.
guy.
Same with me. I like
I don't
moving
don't
around. Yeah, you know.
I don't even know if
Yeah.
Doechii has a hive or
Yeah,
whatever.
nah, shit, it's growing if
But
it do, bro. I'll tell you
but
that.
whatever it is, I'm in. Whatever it
100%.
is, count me in.
100%. You know,
I'm in.
100%.
Yo,
100%.
I say respectfully, she's the female Tyler the Creator.
I think so too.
Like,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
crazy. Her
Yeah.
Tiny Desk, amazing.
Oh, amazing.
Her performance on Stephen Colbert,
Amazing.
She's outstanding.
Yeah, no, she is. She is. You know, she's one
Like,
of them that's gonna be here
she
for
can
a while.
rap. She's creative. Her performance, her showmanship, like
Yeah,
it's like y'all,
yeah.
they're not doing that.
You know,
They're not doing that. They're not
that's
doing
the thing about it. And as you see her progress from where she was when she dropped at least on the mixtapes when they first announced her
Right.
on TDE to where she is now, you talking about master class and artist development. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Artist development.
Yes.
They got her all the way right. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to TDE. They're one of the
Yeah,
greatest
man. Oh, my
labels
goodness.
to ever
Punch,
exist
man.
because
Mhm.
of their track record, obviously. But
Yeah.
like how they allow their artists to
Mhm.
have that freedom of or that what is it? Creative control.
Yeah, creative control.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Like everybody, all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
So shout out to them as a label,
Oh,
and
100%.
Doechii just another example. She
Yeah.
is the future, y'all. If you're not familiar, you're gonna hear and see her a lot more.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. Let this be documented because this is a fact.
100%.
Point blank.
it is.
Period. Doechii is
Yeah,
next up.
Amazing. Amazing.
Now I won't again go too crazy on just all of the Sonic albums this year,
Mhm.
but what I do want to say is the Dr. Dre and Snoop project.
Yeah.
First of all, I think Dr. Dre is the cleanest producer of all time.
All time, bro.
Like, he's the
What?
doctor
Yeah,
for a
nah,
reason,
For sure.
and I've always felt like the only other sound that I've ever heard that's cleaner or comparable to what Dr. Dre does are the people who did Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's literally it.
100%.
Like, I've just never heard anything so clean,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, no,
I know
it's
we
like
nerd
that.
out a little bit,
No,
but
no,
like
for
I've
sure.
never heard sonically anything as clean as what Dr. Dre does. bro.
Exactly.
I don't know
it's-
what he does. Like, it's different.
It's definitely different.
It's different.
It's definitely different.
Did you hear
man.
any of the previews?
No, I haven't yet. I got to.
Oh.
I got to. I know
So
it's crazy.
by the time this comes out,
Mm-hmm.
the album will be out. And if you haven't heard the album yet, I say go listen to it. First of all, because Dr. Dre is Dr. Dre.
Oh, no, amazing.
And I don't care
legendary.
if you think that he's old, all right? Because I want to speak to the people who might feel that way. You know, especially the younger demographic.
Yeah.
No, don't play yourself.
No,
Like,
not at all.
it's actually good music,
I
bro.
believe it,
Dr.
bro.
Dre is crazy.
Yeah,
Dr.
I
Dre
believe it.
is of Quincy Jones' ilk in terms
Very
of
much
what
so.
he's able to do
Very much
in
so.
composing and producing and
Mhm.
bro, chill.
Yeah, you
Don't
know.
play. Don't play. Don't play
Man,
yourself.
Man, you know, when you think about the sonics of like the Chronic, Eminem's albums, and you think about Doggy Style, like all that, like what, you know, just like, come on now, those are legendary
Legendary projects that stand the
Uh-huh.
test of time.
Exactly.
And even if you weren't there, like my introduction
Mhm.
to hip hop is Snoop.
Yeah.
The Doggy
that's
Style
fire.
album
That's
for me.
fire.
That is
Yeah,
super fire.
that's
When I think
fire.
about it now,
Yeah,
like
no,
it
that's
is
dope,
super
bro.
fire,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm super proud of that stat
Yeah,
because
no,
it's a fact.
100%,
Like
100%.
Gin and Juice is the first song that I ever learned that I wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah, I think we all got
Like
some of
I
them,
knew nothing but a
you
G
know?
thing as a young boy.
Mhm.
But like the first song that I knew all of the lyrics was definitely Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
I got in trouble at my grandmother's house for rapping it on the steps. It's a true story. Like I didn't know. I said pocket full of rubbers and my homeboys do too. I'm thinking we talking about rubber bands. I don't know what rubbers.
You don't know.
What we talking
Yeah,
about?
no idea.
Right?
Yeah.
So like thinking back on those albums, what they meant then, what they are now, and the test of time, and them coming out with an album in 2024. Again, it's not for chart topping, but it's for the optics of saying, yo, they've been doing it since the 80s. They're still putting out quality music. LL put an album out 2024.
Yes,
It's amazing.
yes.
He's rapping.
Yeah.
He's
No,
rapping his
definitely
ass
is,
off.
Definitely is.
You
know what I'm
understand?
saying?
Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
good. It may
crazy.
not be everybody's cup of tea, but like being able to understand the craftsmanship that we're speaking about, the level of somebody who would go to a Berkeley. LL didn't go to college, but somebody who can rap from 85 to 2024 and still be nice and
still be
relevant.
nice,
Like,
bro. What?
like we're not asking him to battle Kendrick Lamar for the
No,
crown.
Yeah, no, we're not asking for none of that.
We're not asking for that.
good
But like
music,
for him
you know?
to actually be able to compete and do a record with Eminem, who we know is a super wordsmith and super
Yeah.
technical and
Yeah.
hold his own.
Exactly.
Like, no, that's something to be said about
Nah,
that. Like that ain't
100%,
just
100%
happenstance,
is, you
right?
know? Nah,
That's
definitely.
craftsmanship, that's skill,
Yeah.
that's qualified level showmanship,
Exactly.
right?
Nah, definitely
So
is.
for you,
Mm-hmm.
again, sonically we're listening to albums and we love the likes of, like you already mentioned, Ali, I mentioned Dr. Dre. Berkeley, super crazy experience with all of these talented people. I'm sure relationships are built that you still have to this day.
Definitely. Oh, my goodness. It's like Berkeley, the one that really got me started on just the path I'm on now.
And,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
where I want to go right
Yeah,
here
yeah.
because I introduced you as a Grammy nominated. First of all, round of applause.
It is, bro.
Know what I'm
There it
saying?
is, you know?
First of all, round of applause.
For sure.
And we are absolutely rooting for you.
Yeah, I
We are
appreciate that.
absolutely rooting for you.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
we hope you get that Grammy. But just for being nominated, congratulations.
Thank you, bro. That's an achievement.
Oh
It's
my
big,
goodness,
bro.
it is an
It's
achievement.
big,
So
you
first
know?
of all,
Yeah.
let's talk about the moment that you found out that you were nominated for a Grammy. Wait, actually, more than one?
No, it's just one.
It is one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you get the call or you find out, like, please walk us
Yeah, walk
through
it
that
out through
moment.
it. Man, bro, I had a session that day, bro. I'm in the studio that day because you never know what project would get nominated, what project could go up and all that. You just always got to treat every project the same. Like, just always give it your best. You know, no matter what it is, who it is, or always give it your best. You know, so I'm sitting in the studio, recording strings, recording harp, cello, violin, you know.
It's
So
crazy, y'all. Clearly.
it's fun though. Like it's great, bro.
Yeah.
It's great. I enjoy it. And I'm just sitting there, you know, a little break, just going on Instagram, you know, and I just see Divinity Rocks. I see Divinity Rocks. I found out
Yeah.
through Instagram. It's crazy. So the project is a worldwide play date by Divinity Rocks.
Say that again, please.
Yep.
Make sure. I don't want. I
Yeah.
want no. I want
Yeah.
everybody to hear
Everybody
this
gotta
clearly,
hear.
please.
Yes. Yes. Worldwide play date by Divinity Rocks. Or whatnot. Amazing bass player. She used to tour with Beyonce or whatnot. But then she
And she plays
bass.
the bass. Okay.
Bass. Yep. She plays bass, and yeah, she kind of broke away and kind of started doing her own music and all that as well too. So yeah, she came to Tree Sound a couple months ago and all that, and we're recording a cheer squad.
I got to
Mhm.
stop you
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
second. You mentioned Tree Sound.
Yeah.
What is Tree Sound? I know what Tree Sound is, but we're speaking as if the people know what we're talking
Don't know what
about,
Tree
right?
Sound is. That's
So,
real.
what is Tree Sound?
So Tree Sound is a recording studio, a legendary recording studio.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Like,
saying?
yeah, like fireworks and all of
Yeah,
that. Like,
all
this is
that.
not just a studio.
Yeah,
Listen,
this
I gotta help him because
yeah,
I understand when you're doing it
Mhm.
and it's everyday life, it
Yeah,
can become
yeah,
regular
very
and
much
normal.
so.
And
Very
and
much
respect
so.
to you,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Like, I
No,
do want to say
100%.
respect to
Thank
you
you, bro,
because I rather the humble side than the arrogant.
yeah, 100%.
The arrogant side, right?
100%.
Because there's no need to be that
Nah,
way,
right,
right?
right. Uh-huh.
But again, legendary studio. Everybody that you could think of has
Everybody.
recorded there. Literally, though, like not just from 2024, not just from 2020, not just from 2007.
Mhm.
Like everybody. Just name some of the people who have gone and
Man,
been and
bro.
recorded at this legendary studio, just so
Right.
they understand what we're talking about.
Let's just start with Whitney Houston. First of all, there's a signed poster. Whitney Houston signed a poster that's sitting up in Tree Sound. I walk past it every day. Like this motivation.
Rest in
right there.
peace to the great
Rest in peace.
Whitney Houston,
100%.
Jersey legend.
You know?
You already know.
Yeah, so man, Beyonce, Drake, Cole, Wayne, any and everybody.
You thought we
Missy
would say
Elliott,
like, because sometimes people be
Yeah.
thinking like it's a little like I ain't
Yeah.
putting some sauce on it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
no,
It's
no.
real. It's real.
Like arguably it might be the most legendary studio in the metro area.
I believe it is. I believe
might
it
be.
is. Yeah, I think so. It's been
Honestly,
there since
like
90
it might be the most legendary studio in the Atlanta metro area.
No,
Y'all know what
100%.
Atlanta has been to music for however long. So just
Yeah.
put that in your pipe and smoke it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So that's
So there,
real. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she comes through Tree Sound. She has a
Yeah.
session. She records the song. And what is this for? Because this isn't just like your typical single, right? What was this for?
So it was an entire project that she was doing, Worldwide Play Date, and her niece is on a cheer squad called the Genesis Cheer Squad, and so her and the cheer squad come in. It's a bunch of young ladies or whatnot, and they do cheers. You know how young girls do cheers and all that. So we set them up in a room, the live room. It's 30 of them. You know what I'm saying? So they could do different chants on several songs throughout the album and all that. A lot of motivational things, a lot of affirmations and all that. Like it's a feel good album. Like you definitely have to check it out. I advise everybody to check it out. Play it for your niece, your daughters, and all that. Like
and it's a
beautiful
kid.
music.
It's
a kids album.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like our children's
album. Yeah, because it was nominated for best children album. So this is her second nomination. I believe she was nominated for the last album she put together for best children album as well too. So let's bring it home this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What you talking about?
Bring that home, all the way, man. But yeah, she come and like, man, just the nicest lady. You wouldn't believe it. Like, just a nice lady. So chill, so humble. That same kind of spirit. So me and her just clicked. Like super cool. And she took some classes at Berkeley, so we had a few mutuals that we just chopping it up about and all that. So yeah, we just clicked instantly, and like a smooth day. Like I love sessions that go just natural and just smooth and flow through to the point like you don't even know, like 6 hours just went by, but it was a vibe. Everybody cool, everybody having a good time. It was really a fun day. The music is fun, you know what I'm saying? So like it was great. It was great, So like I said, I was sitting in the studio that day scrolling through Instagram, and I'm looking, and I text my girl. I screenshot it. I sent it to her like, "Am I tripping? But am I Grammy nominated?" You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to hold it together the whole time through this. I'm like,
so you saw it, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
In the middle of a session. And Okay, so initially you felt like you had to keep it down, but did you
You got
ever
to.
like? Did you ever like?
A little bit. A little
I
bit.
don't
I'm
feel
like,
like you really like. I'm like.
you
So
know,
you ain't. So you didn't take the moment at the moment.
like,
Cause respect to whoever you
yeah, you know
had,
what
you
I'm
didn't
saying.
wanna.
You can't be like, hey, I'm Grammy nominated.
I think
Hey,
you can though.
you think
I
so?
think you can,
Man,
bro.
I don't know. It's
I actually
people.
think you can, man.
You
I'm
probably
sorry.
can't. Well, they was the homies. Like my guy Noah, it was a friend of mine that was doing it and
Noah
all
wouldn't
that.
have
So,
minded.
I'm sure he
And
wouldn't
I know
have.
that you're super happy, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, of course.
But like Noah would not have minded. I don't know
Man,
Noah. Noah, I don't know you.
yeah,
I'm sure you wouldn't have
he wouldn't
minded.
mind. I just had to stop everything.
I'm
Like,
sure
hey,
he wouldn't have
stop it
minded.
all. Like
Like
I'm
this is
nominated,
Grammy
bro.
nominated, bro.
Yeah,
Like when we talk about these accolades and we talk about some of these acknowledgments
yeah.
in the space that we are in,
Mhm.
that's the top of the
It
top.
is. It is.
That's
Bro.
the top
It
of the
is.
top. So the
Everybody.
nom means a lot of things for business moving forward.
Very much so.
A lot of things.
Very much so.
And
What?
I'm sure
Yeah.
I bet you saw that.
You know what I'm saying? What Fat Joe say?
Yeah. All the way. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way
You
up.
know what I'm saying? So, like, nah,
Yeah.
definitely had to, like, just sitting there, just giddy in the seat, like, what? For real? Trying to go through takes and all that stuff. Texting, the phone started blowing up and all that, then, after the session, it was on, bro. I'm calling everybody, calling mama, calling auntie, calling brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, calling on the phone with Divinity, man, just chopping on her, everybody excited. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's a real achievement. You know what I'm saying? It really is.
Again, congratulations to you on
man.
being nominated for the Grammy. We definitely rooting for you, and
Thank you.
we hope you bring it home. But regardless on whether you do or don't, again, that means that the acknowledgement of what you were able to be a part of
That's real.
is something so legendary that the board of the people who decide that these things are excellent said yes.
Exactly.
That speaks to the level that you've been able to
That's real.
reach for yourself. So, we want to salute you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, though, for sure.
Now, in the spirit of recap and end of the year and all of those different things, some albums have come out this year that, you mentioned Tyler and this one and that one. But one of the albums that came out towards the end of the year with one of the biggest artists that we already mentioned tonight is the GNX album from Kendrick Lamar. Now, with a project like GNX, some people say it's a mixtape. Some people say it's an album coming. Still. But regardless of any of that, what did you feel about it? And did you like it?
I loved it. I
loved it.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah.
On top of you loving it, let's speak about what you loved about the album.
Man, just where
mixtape or whatever.
Yeah, just where he's at right now, where he's at mentally. We seeing a different version of Kendrick. If we just look at where he was from overly dedicated, from that mixtape to where he is now, kind of what he's been through the hiatus, through the healing, through the battle, and now putting out music in this form that he's in right now. Like it feels good. I say he feels just confident in what he's doing. He's feeling like he got that sound now. You know what I'm saying? Like very West Coast. I love that he's waving the flag for that. He's really standing on it.
He's super standing on it.
Super standing on it.
You know what I like about that as well is, I like that as well, and I think that's also been people's gripes about the album.
Yeah. I noticed that a lot. A lot of people, don't like it just because of that.
They don't like it because some people don't really jack the West Coast sound. Yeah. And again, music is subjective, so if you don't like that sound, then you're not gonna like the album. So for somebody who doesn't like that sound, I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
But what I have noticed, I'm gonna be honest.
True.
I'm gonna be honest. This is my personal opinion, but this is based on people that I've seen in my life that I know, which most of the people that I know in my life are from the East Coast.
Right.
It even feels weird saying East Coast, but cool, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the West Coast sound isn't really something that people on the East really jack like that.
Nah.
It's mainly because it's so different, right?
Very much so.
So like, it's a different bop, it's a different everything, but like on top of that, You got the dancing.
Yeah,
Like, you got a whole cultural thing that is not, that doesn't look like what life looked like outside of our windows and doorsteps and houses and blocks and all of that, right? It don't. That's not what life looked like. We're not doing all of that, right? You know what I'm saying? We're not.
Not at all. We move at a different pace.
Well, not but. Before I say but, so because of that, I think that people are turned off from the sound, and they don't really like, that. Like, yeah, it's cool, but I don't see what the big hype is, right? Because that's mainly what I've heard from a lot of people. Yeah, it's cool, it's a couple joints, but y'all gassing it. Like, that's the consensus from a lot of people that I see.
People feel like, right.
I do respect people's musical opinion, because at the end of the day, that's yours. You don't have to like what I like, right? And vice versa. But at the same time, I do feel it's a lot of bias in that. Or, to be fair, so don't nobody feel no type of way, there's some bias in that, right? There's some bias in when people say, oh, you know, that West Coast bop, because, again, like I said, it's not something that you can necessarily identify with.
Exactly.
I personally, from the East, obviously, been to the West only a few times, so I would never claim it, but I appreciate the culture, the culture of different places.
Yeah.
I always mess with people from New Orleans, and I always say everybody from New Orleans sound like Baby and Wayne.
Very much so.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got that same drawl on their speech. But I say that in joking, but I'm serious. But I think it's dope. Like, I think it's dope. I think it's dope when certain people from certain places have a certain thing.
Yeah, I definitely think
the West Coast has a certain thing.
Yeah.
Kendrick is the guy right now because the industry, and you can speak to this or you can say thumbs up or down, that the industry has decided he's the guy right now. So since they decided he's the guy right now, that's it. I'm not asking y'all's opinions as fans. I'm telling you, the industry said he's the one. That's the way that this thing works. The fans don't really understand that.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't. You know, when you got a lot going behind you, you know. It's a lot, you know, once they decide that. Even you see it in the pop world, you know, when Billy is it.
When Billy's it, Billy's it. When Taylor's it,
Taylor's it.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? And you see it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that is a thing.
That's
the
thing.
That's the thing.
That's business politics the same way that it's politics is in everything. Shouts to Hove, politics as usual. That's the way that it goes.
All the way. You know, it's business.
It's business. That's the way that it works. So he's the guy. He came out with the album, but or mixtape. But not only did he do that, there's rumors that he's coming out with another album before the Super Bowl. Of course, he has the Super Bowl. They got the y'all will see this, but they got the Christmas thing coming. SZA and he and SZA are going on tour. 2024 was Kendrick Lamar's year, no question about it. But 2025 is going to be more of his momentum. The West Coast is going to have even more of that momentum. And it's not just going to be TDE. It's going to be a West Coast thing. And I need people to understand that because that's the case, Kendrick being the guy is the top of that and waving the flag, which in my opinion, being the East Coast Jersey nigga, I think that that's dope. I think that that's dope because you know what I think? I think being that East Coast Jersey nigga, people like myself or people from New York, people that have that energy that's not really jacking that, that's not really feeling that, they're going to start to make music that they feel represents them. And we're going to get back to regional music. And that's what we're supposed to be. Because that goes back to that creativity and that uniqueness and that originality. So shouts to Kendrick Lamar once again, because the domino effect of all of these things is going to be the result of what actually happens. Now, maybe y'all came up with that on your own. I didn't get that from nobody. That's just what I feel. But I do believe it's going to be true. So we'll go back. We'll run the tape. It's documented. It's going to be on YouTube. We'll figure it out. But I think that's where we had it.
Man, and I hope so. Because you think about what Atlanta did to rap music.
For a long time.
And you hear that style everywhere. You heard it in New York artists. You know, you hear it in West Coast
everybody,
artists. You hear it in UK artists. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would love to see hip-hop get back to very specific regional sounds, you know? Like that New Orleans.
Get territorial again.
You know what I'm saying?
Make hip hop territorial. Let's do that.
Let's do it, bro.
Because it don't even got to be in the spirit of fighting. It's in the spirit of competition because that's what hip hop is. That's what the culture is.
That's always what it's been. You know,
we can't lose those things. Hip hop is ours. So if this is ours, and we don't protect it, then they're gonna continue because everything gets whitewashed and all of that.
man,
So they,
yeah.
all of those things happen, and it gets mainstreamed out and all of that. We gotta protect
We do.
the
We
essence
do.
of what it is in
Yeah.
some way, shape, or form. So I like
Yeah.
regional music. I like that idea. Shouts to Kendrick. Hell of a year.
Nah,
I like
definitely
the
so.
album. Shout out to the tour. You gonna stop? You gonna go?
Man, bro, I pulled up them ticket prices.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely want to. I definitely want to.
Yeah.
The Atlanta show, I definitely looking into.
Yeah.
I got to. You know,
Gotta
I
go.
want to see it.
You gotta go. I gotta see it too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I don't know where. I think I don't
Yeah.
want to be in Atlanta.
You don't think so?
I think I want to go somewhere else because not even. I mean, I've seen a bunch of concerts here in Atlanta, but I want to make it a thing. Not just for 2012, 25, but just in general. I want to make it a thing to go other places to experience different things.
Oh my
whether it's a sporting event,
Yeah.
whether it's a concert,
definitely gotta do
whether
that.
it's a comedy show. Like I started this like maybe about a year or so ago. Bill Burr is one of my favorite comedians.
Fire.
White guy, super funny.
Yeah.
Not everybody's cup of tea.
Uh-huh.
Very edgy, all of that. But I like him. I'm a fan.
No,
I went to
definitely.
New York and I just went to go see him at the Garden.
Yeah, it's-
Like, why not, right? I just want to go to different places and kind of
Yep, and
catch
experience
different
different
people
things, you
at
know?
different markets
Yeah.
and see what that crowd is like, right?
exactly.
So I figured I'd start at the Garden
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
we'll go
branch
elsewhere.
out from there. Branch out from there, man. This year was the first time I went to Coachella.
Ooh,
And,
how was that?
bro, a way different experience, way different from anything I would imagine it to be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the culture there, you know, like Coachella has a culture to it. But the fact that you can see just some of your favorite artists, like you go over to this venue, John Batiste, and we got to go see Uzi, and then we got to go see, you know, so and so, and I want to go see Destroyer Lonely and shit. Like it's fire. It's fire. Coachella's amazing.
You know what else is fire?
Yeah.
You mentioned these artists and these people, but again, I mentioned Grammy nominated, and because you worked with, and please forgive me, what's the name of that group again?
Divinity Rocks.
Divinity
Yeah,
Rocks.
yeah, yeah.
So shout out to y'all again.
Uh-huh.
But of course, you've had relationships with a bunch of people,
Oh, my
right?
goodness, yes.
So like
Uh-huh.
being in the music industry, because you're actually in the music
Oh, yeah,
industry,
definitely.
right? You work with a lot of these different people. Speak about the importance of integrity in the music industry.
Everything. It's everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And in life, of course,
yeah,
but
yeah.
specifically in the music industry.
Definitely, because think about it. They're celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we may see them as just average people. Yes, they are just regular people, but they are celebrities, and there's a lot of weird people out there. You know what I'm saying? That just want to, get on the inside, and a lot of times they want to use you to get to the artist or the being. So no, integrity is important. Especially when it comes to the music. You got to hold them hard drives down. You know what I'm saying? Like
No leaks.
No leaks. No leaks. Oh
So
my goodness,
it
bro.
would be somebody like yourself's fault when something gets out.
If something get out and they know exactly who it
Listen,
came from, they
Listen,
would know.
it wasn't an
exactly.
accident.
Yeah.
It wasn't an accident.
Nah, man.
The engineer
Yeah.
allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't press the button, but he let somebody hear it, and he sent
the
the
thing.
email
That's the
when he
thing.
wasn't supposed to send
You
it
know,
to nobody.
That's the thing.
You send it to your man and say, "Yo, don't send it to nobody." But
Oh,
he
it's
got
everywhere.
Kendrick Lamar's new album.
It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? At that point,
You're not about to tell somebody
Yeah.
with Kendrick's like So yeah.
Exactly.
So that's how things get leaked. Integrity is important. when you're
Very
dealing with
much
these
so.
people.
Very much so. And you want it to be because if you leaking music and putting things, that kind of messes up your path in a sense for that album to be as great as it's going to be, or it could be. The fact that leaking demos and stuff like that. Like, let the people experience the music how the artists intend for them to experience
Absolutely.
it. So you hold it down into that moment to where it's like it's perfected, and then let the artist present that thing. You never.
And that's just the respectful thing.
Exactly. 100%.
Right?
100%. Oh, 100%.
Now, yourself as a producer in working with some of these same artists, how does the process work with being able to work with these artists? Is it just a relationship based industry where you just come across these people and you say, "Hey, this is what I do, check me out," or how does it get to a point where you're able to produce for a Rick Ross or produce for you know what I mean? Like, how does that happen?
My thing, it happens different for all kind of people because some people are producers as they come up with the artists and all that. But my thing is, I'm an engineer. When they come to Atlanta, they look for that top studio. They book Tree Sound. The engineer not traveling with them. I need an engineer. They call Terence. I'm sitting right there, just chorus songs. We get cool. It is what it is. Then eventually, the beats run out. the beast run out,
Hey, yo,
and
I
that
gotta,
be me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
So organic,
yeah,
but
very
by
much so
proxy
organic.
of the right place at the right
Yeah,
time.
the right place at the right time.
And
You know.
outside of right place, right time, really right place.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we just
yeah.
mentioned the significance of a tree sound.
Exactly.
We mentioned the
Yeah.
significance of something like that being a place where people just want to come because of, okay, well, what's this place about? Why is this so legendary? Why is this so, like, it has that prestige on it. If you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They're going to see this, and now even more people are going to know. Right? So, like, it does pay to be in the right spaces.
It definitely does. It definitely does. You know, especially as a creative, you want to be in a place where everybody is at. You know, that's why we came to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where it's happening at.
Atlanta was the mecca. Hey.
All the way, all the way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, you want to be in those places. You know, you want to be in LA, a New York, a Nashville, like whatever it is that your niche is. You want to be where it's happening at.
Absolutely.
You know, and I want to be in the studio where all the musicians come, because that's what I do. You know, I engineer and I produce. Where does that happen at? At a studio. You know, so I'm there. You know, all the way.
Now watch this. I say this to a lot of people, and I mean it when I say it. So we are gonna do a part 2, and it's not even gonna be that far from now. I want to get some other things in here, and I do want to make sure that we're able to get those things in there. So I am gonna fast track a little bit, because I want to get back to the ending of 2024.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the ending of your year and plans for 2025.
Yeah.
So let's do real quick, lighthearted. Now, I'm going to hit you with something that you're not prepared for, pause, and I just want your response.
Come on.
I do hear that you travel with your lady a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. We move around. Yep.
What's that like, traveling with your lady who, my understanding, actually is an artist as well?
Very much so.
Talk about that a little
Very
bit.
much so.
You know, talk about that experience, because again, holiday season, everybody, you know what I'm saying, there's boost, it's cuffing season, it's boost season,
it's
right?
That time.
And
you know what I'm saying?
talk about that aspect of your professional experience and what just life looks like for you.
Oh man, you know, like you were saying, like she's an amazing artist and all that, and like we're always creating. You know what I'm saying? I'm always pushing on her to do this, you know, to either work with this producer and just being creative. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere that we go to LA a lot, you know, to work with different our friends from Berkeley. Really, what I'm saying?
Back to that connection.
Yeah, back to that connection.
Back to that foundation.
Back
to that right place.
Exactly.
Not just right time, because yes, also right time.
Exactly.
But being at the right place.
Yeah, being at the right place, you know. So yeah, we move around a lot, man. We move around to Colorado, LA. This year, like, we're trying to get into New York more. We're trying to do more East Coast things, because she a producer from Berkeley, living in New York, you know, and she got an amazing song coming out called Float. That's coming out early 2025, and all that. So no, I definitely got to Float.
Okay, we got to plug that properly now. Make sure she's happy.
Yeah, no,
let's
for
not,
sure.
Let's not get
for
crazy.
Sure. Exactly. You know, and if I haven't mentioned her name yet, I know we gonna brazen over. I haven't mentioned her name. Her name is Yael Sante. An amazing soul singer. I do all her mixing, all her recording, and all that. So I gotta plug it. You know, and it's my lady. And my lady. So you know how that go.
Absolutely. Get that right.
So yeah. No, it's a beautiful thing being with somebody that works in the same. That creates like you do. You know, they understand.
They understand, and that was that's really what I wanted to get to, because at the end of the day, like, speaking that same language is so much value there, so much that you don't have to explain. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a very freeing thing, because it allows you to continue to be creative without boundaries, without restrictions.
Exactly.
You know
what I'm saying?
And then you can also encourage and vice versa. Because again, the both of you speak that language.
Exactly.
You know? So shout out to situations like that.
Definitely.
You know, shout out to you, of course. But
thank you, brother.
situations like that, I think, are very freeing for both parties and both sides.
They are.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? It is.
So again, really quickly, 2024 has been a hell of a year, and I know that we kind of talked about the GNX album and a little bit like that, but I want to know all time for you personally. What would you say your top 5 producers of all time would be for you? What's your list? And to make it easier for you, I won't tell you to list them in order unless you feel like
yeah. Not necessarily in order because they all great. They all great, and they, depending on what mood are you in, depending on what you want to listen to. So of course, like Kanye's up there. I definitely love Kanye. Quincy Jones, bro.
Yes, sir.
Quincy Jones, rest in peace to the greatest,
Rest
man.
in peace to the great. That I feel like we didn't get a lot of coverage on.
I feel that same way. I feel that same way. I'm like, why are we talking about
what
this?
Happened. Somebody brought it to my attention. Was it the election? No. Was it after the election?
It was a day before the election because we was in LA. Yep, I was in LA when it happened.
I think he passed, and maybe like 2 days later it was the election or something like that.
Yeah.
Like because it was literally no more than 48 hours of
I promise you.
And I was just like Quincy
Jones, bro. Quincy Jones. And the thing about it, I listened to his Spotify playlists or whatnot, and like the songs that he was a part of. You know what I'm saying? Shaped our culture.
No, literally.
So why do we step over that? Why do we step over
from music to television?
Exactly.
Like for sure. Like Fresh Prince to even Back on the Block, the album.
Yes.
And what that was for a fusion from jazz, hip hop, like that marriage. Yeah. We're talking about Quincy Jones, somebody who was back in Motown days to working with Rakim.
Exactly.
That's a bridging of a gap that only someone like a Quincy Jones could do and make it dope, not cheesy.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's still hot today.
Yeah. Exactly.
So rest in peace, Quincy Jones. So Quincy Jones,
let me think. Who else? I really like Metro, man. I would say Metro, is a really dope producer. I love what he did with these last few albums or whatnot. Like, sound amazing. Taking that.
No, the last 2 albums were outstanding.
Outstanding, because he's taking that sound. Yeah, and he's taking that sound to a whole nother level now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And what he did with the Spider-Man and all that as well, too. It's fire. It's fire. Yeah. Other producers, I know there's so many. I'm trying to think. Who else? I'm hearing soul samples, man. Like Just Blaze. I love the feeling of those. I love,
He's from my city, so absolutely. Yeah. If you're gonna put Just Blaze, I'm gonna co-sign that all day. Shouts to Just Blaze from the town.
All the way. No, 100%. But those off the top. That's off the top. I think. Of course, there's a lot more that I listen to. Coop is a newer producer, and I love what he does. He produced that Glorilla. What's the hit that she got right now?
Hold on.
Let Her Cook. Yeah. He helped co-produce that, and this is bounce because we listen to producers, and the thing about trap music, it's a certain way they're supposed to bounce. I feel like 'cause there's a lot of trap producers, but it's a certain way that I feel like Metro, Coop, Southside has a certain type of groove that feels right. You know what I'm saying? Sunny Digital, Lex Luger, all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had the pleasure of meeting bro.
Shout out to Lex Luger from VA. Mm-hmm. And I remember when his run first started around the Watch the Throne era, back in those days.
Yep.
And I honestly hadn't really heard much post that.
Yeah.
I would assume he's still working.
Yeah, he definitely still working. But
shouts to Lex Luger for sure, because he's definitely dope.
Yeah. And I just recently seen, I don't talk too much about it, but he's definitely still working. He definitely still working.
And you know what? That's the best way.
Yeah, and 100%. 100% it is.
You know what I mean?
It is.
You can be lit and be lit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got Just Blaze, Ye, Quincy Jones, and you said Metro.
Yeah.
So that's 4. So you got one more.
Yeah.
So not too much pressure. Think about it, because it's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's
in
definitely
fairness, it's a lot. And I know whoever you say, I know it's going to be 5 other people that you can think of. But for the sake of time and all of that, who would you think would be the 5th person?
I got to give it to No ID. You know what I'm saying? I got to give it to No ID.
Now, definitely. I want to ask what is it about No ID?
Man.
I'll ask that question.
I feel like it's a secret sauce or a certain way that you have to chop a sample, to make that joint feel good. We hear them all. You hear it in Kanye music. You hear it all. Like, it's a certain way I have to do it because I'm a producer myself. And I
Right.
sit there and look at a song, and
Right.
I'm gonna take this specific part, and this specific part, put it together, and kind of make it a new thing.
Right.
But the way he does it is what we desire to be.
You know what I think? I
Uh-huh.
think that he is like a culmination of, not even a culmination, but maybe some respectful evolution of
Mhm.
Adilla.
Yeah. I was thinking that too.
You
That
know,
was on my mind. I'm like, you
because
know.
Dilla, some of
Mhm.
the way, like the way that he
Yeah.
chopped things,
Yeah.
still to this day, people still can't really figure out. It's unorthodox.
It's
That
very much
offbeat,
so. It's
that
very much
offbeat
so.
Detroit thing
Yeah.
is still
Mhm.
even a thing today, just
Yeah.
in a
Very
different
much
way.
so.
When you
Very
look
much
at
so.
somebody like a T Grizzly and how he raps, or
Mhm.
just like Detroit rappers in general,
Yeah. Exactly.
that offbeat, his
Mhm.
offbeat, and me, I'll be honest, I'm a drummer, so I'm
It's hard.
super
Yeah.
critical on
The
rhythm and,
rhythm.
and
Yeah. Being on
pockets.
top of it. Right.
So like some of it is just like
Yeah.
right, but like it's a Detroit thing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And when you go to someone like Adilla, he was so crafty with how
Very
he
much
did it.
so. Very
You
much so.
know, when you
Uh-huh.
have him influencing the likes of a
Yeah.
Q-Tip and the Ye and the No
Mhm.
ID and all these different
Mhm.
people, you got to be special.
Yeah.
You
Very
know you
much
got to
so.
be special.
You
You know what I'm
definitely do.
saying? So, No ID, I think, is a great choice. I
Mhm.
like your list
Mhm.
all the way around,
Yeah. I
honestly.
appreciate it, bro. I
And
appreciate
definitely
it.
shout out to Metro because I like the
Yeah.
fact that, I would consider Metro to be a legend as well.
Yeah. Very
But
much so. He's definitely on his way.
everybody else that you name is kind of already in that legend
Yeah.
cloth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
Metro is probably in the newer class of those legends and
Exactly.
legendary
Exactly.
producers.
Yeah.
But I do love the fact that you mentioned someone like him because he
Mhm.
did have a hell of a 2024
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Definitely.
he's had a hell of a run just throughout his career.
It definitely has.
Um, as we begin to unfortunately wrap this amazing episode,
You know.
and again, we're doing a part two, so it's not going to be the end,
Yeah.
but I want to throw two rapid fire questions at you that literally I don't even know what I'm going to ask, but I'm just going to randomly
Come
think
on
of
with it.
something
Come on with it.
literally right now.
Yeah.
Um, 2025 for Terence Brandt looks like fill in the blank.
Man, it looks like um, it looks complete. I'm saying that it looks complete. It looks like the ideas are coming forth. It looks like the creativity is there. You know what I'm saying? Well into the career, well into, my seat. Like I say, I'm sitting down this year, in a good way. I'm sitting down like I'm here to stay type of
Yeah,
sitting down.
yeah.
That's what I feel like. You know what
I
I'm saying?
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, they say in order to know where you're
hmm
going, you got to know where you came from.
Exactly. That's real.
So, I want to talk about why 2024 made you better or why you're better overall
Yeah.
for going through the year 2024. Like, why are you better prepared for 2025 based on your
Yeah.
2024?
Man, I would definitely say that Grammy nomination, man. It's besides it being a Grammy nomination, like it just kind of confirms the hard work. You know what I'm saying? That what it is that you do, talking to myself, what it is that you do is worthy of being considered among some of the best. That's right there as confirmation.
I love
You
that.
know what I'm saying? Right there, it shows like what you're doing next. Take
It's
that
gonna be
with you.
even better.
It's gonna be even better.
Yeah,
So it's definitely that.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And like I said, I and we are absolutely rooting
Yeah, man.
for
Thank you,
you,
brother.
your
Thank you,
team,
bro. Yeah.
for first to win the Grammy.
Yeah,
Let's
100%.
bring it home.
Yeah,
Let's
we
not
got to.
be.
We got
I
to.
mean,
Y'all come on
we
with
are
it.
humble in our nomination and all those things, but we want to
We
we
need
want to
that.
walk in there and say, look, our work is good enough.
Yeah.
Give us that Grammy.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So
saying?
Grammy board and
Come
everybody
on with
voting.
it.
Make sure
Come
y'all
on
vote for
with it.
that.
We got
I
to.
can't wait, and I hope that y'all bring it home. But in the event that you do not, listen, man, please know and understand
Mm-hmm.
that you have made a hell of a name for yourself.
Thank you, brother.
You've done
Thank
a
you,
great
brother.
thing in this craft and this thing that you love called music.
Yes.
And
Thank you, bro.
because of what you just said in terms of the ones who really are the ones who decide that excellency is going to be graded on this scale,
Mm-hmm.
they included you in that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that means that
100%,
you
bro.
absolutely positively are qualified.
Thank you, brother. I
That means
appreciate
that
that.
as
Yeah.
we conclude the year of 2024, as we
Mhm.
reflect, everybody out there,
Yeah.
everybody watching, we do
Mhm.
hope that your 2025 is way better than your
100.
2024.
Got
We
to be.
know that
Got to be.
we have all of these trials and tribulations that we go through, but at the end of the day, being on the
Mhm.
other side of it is what makes us stronger. So
Mhm.
please, health and wealth to everybody watching.
Yep.
Have a happy new year. Much
Yeah.
love, respect to your families. And
Mhm.
until next time, we want to make sure that everyone signs off the proper way. So make sure that you tune into this gentleman right here. Please let everyone know where they
Yeah.
can follow you,
Yeah.
get in tune with you, get in tune with
Mhm.
your brand, get
Yep.
in tune with everything that you have going on.
Cool, cool. So you can follow me on Instagram at Terence Brandt. It's TERENCE.BRANDT. Follow me on there. A lot to come. A lot of amazing artists I'm working with that's dropping music this year. Like we coming out the gate with it. You know, big shout out to Javier Devon. His project is coming. Sydney Cook's project is coming, and my love, Yael Sante. It's all coming. You know what I'm saying? So we about to make it happen.
Listen, we are going to make it happen. But what we are also going to do is make sure that I sign off the proper way. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the frat. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends and supporters. And shout out to you watching. Um,
Hmm.
this is another episode of Qualified Conversations. And as always, until next time, everything Rico.